Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And T-Mobile wants this spectrum bad. I know right now there's a quiet period for auction 110, and then there'll also be, or already is, a quiet period for auction 108. Even with that quiet period, this lets you know right here, this article, and the fact that T-Mobile is urging the FCC to get moving on the 2.5 gigahertz auction date. This lets you know that T-Mobile wants this spectrum bad. You don't have to hear it from them personally. You don't have to hear it from anybody else. The fact that they are urging the FCC to get moving lets you know they want this spectrum, especially in the suburban and the rural environment. So I'll go ahead and read off 2 paragraphs from the article, and that way we can discuss that further. Last week, T-Mobile told the commission that in order to realize the full promise of 2.5, particularly in suburban and rural areas, as I mentioned, the FCC needs to set a date for the 2.5 auction and finalize auction procedures. It's lobbying for a simultaneous multiple round SMR auction format. So pretty much just come up with the rules is what T-Mobile is saying. Let us know what it's going to be and what it is and when the date is. So we know AT&T is already looking into a spectrum screening because they know now how valuable that spectrum is. That is something that Sprint and Clearwire downplayed when they had that spectrum. They accumulated it over time, and they said, nah, the spectrum is no good. It has no penetration. And they downplayed it so it wouldn't be a part of a spectrum screening as they started adding more of that spectrum to their arsenal. Now, one thing that's interesting, and I'll just pull this quote off, it's not clear how valuable the 2.5 spectrum would be for AT&T or Verizon. So I'll just end the video on that. So that spectrum would be valuable in the sense that they could close that gap to T-Mobile in terms of the total amount of spectrum that each carrier has, especially AT&T. Where the spectrum is not so valuable is it's more cost to carry for AT&T and Verizon. And what do I mean by that is the equipment that's going up now for C-band has built-in radios for AT&T and Verizon. Those panels, equipment is not capable of 2.5. So that's where the more cost to carry comes in. AT&T and Verizon would have to pay additional CapEx or fund another deployment or upgrades touching the towers again with the CapEx to put new radios and equipment on the sites. So they would have to use the same equipment, the same radios that T-Mobile is using on their site. And they would have to do that in a nationwide manner or wherever they get that spectrum. But they are going to make sure, I feel, that they run up the price in that auction. If they don't get any of the spectrum, they're going to make sure that T-Mobile pays a pretty penny to get that spectrum. So in a lot of markets, they're already tapped out at 194 megahertz. So they just have to work out the leasing. It would pretty much just be a swap of them leasing the spectrum versus owning it. Now they would own it. In a place like El Paso, there's a couple of other places out there. They don't own the full 194, so they need to buy more to get to that 194. So this is why this auction is important to them. So let me know what you think about this in the comment section down below. I look forward to hearing your thoughts and comments and opinions in the comment section down below. If you are new to the channel or you have been on the channel and you have not yet liked, shared, subscribed, make sure you do so. Hit the notification bell so you are notified when I do upload content. Make sure to follow my social media outlets for more updates and interactions. Thanks again for watching. This is Tyrone with Tech Life. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.